So I'm pondering this idea of healing, because what's incredible to me is, since the awakening experience back in March, the amount of baggage or belief systems, emotional charged belief systems essentially that I've released in the last few months are so vast compared to what I have quote unquote healed in the last 5 years, through doing the work, through seeing people, through Reiki, through self-healing, through shadow work, through all these modalities, and there is nothing wrong with them. They are such a perfect bridge. And I'm sitting in this state now where I sit as a witnesser, I sit as the observer of Kate, and as I observe, I can see clearly the belief systems or the patterns that have played out over this lifetime, and some of them feel even deeper than this lifetime, past one that she's brought into here. But this is where it gets super interesting, is there's no work needed to be done. The moment when I say I is in presence, is in consciousness, this truest version of who I am, the essence of who we all are, sees the pattern or sees the belief or sees how emotionally tangled Kate has been, it dissolves within moments. Some take a few hours. There was one that was a few hours of physical releasing my body. There was so much recalibration going on in the body. So I think what is coming up here at the moment is there is no need to work at anything. We aren't broken. We don't need healing. We don't need to release. To be present, all of that unravels. Because in the present moment, you can see clearly. In the present moment, you can see through the storm. You almost move beyond the storm and above it, and can see everything crystal clear. You can see the role others are playing in your life experience. You can see the role you have been playing and how you perfectly match. Even in the worst, and this is what I'm generally speaking, in the worst circumstances, I can see the role of my ex-husband and the father of my son, and the role that him and I have played out so perfectly, so rightly, in what humans would label as wrong or bad or negative. But I'm really starting to see that there is a level of suffering that we create for ourselves, but then there is this life experiences move through us, right? Like, so there is always going to be challenges, always going to be challenges is the best word, challenges that face us. We're going to lose people, we're going to lose jobs, things change so dramatically. Like, that is the only consistent thing, is change. So these changes are the challenges. But when we can step into the present moment, step into being the awareness of this form, this awareness of Kate, awareness of whoever you are, of this expression that you are this lifetime, there is no suffering, because you're not in the mind. The mind and the thoughts create the suffering, unnecessary suffering. But then there's life challenges that come through. But when you're sitting in presence, these life challenges are your invitation to go deeper. These life challenges are asking you, even in this, can you remain? Can you remember? Can you be? Even in this. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's about remembering. It's about over and over again returning to the oneness that you are, returning to the consciousness that you are. So you may ask, like, so what? I just stop working on myself, I stop doing shadow work, I stop whatever. If that's where you feel you are and it serves, remain. I will never advise anyone to do anything that doesn't feel aligning for them. But you'll come to a state or a time where you will settle into presence. You'll become aware that you are the awareness. And in that, you'll see that there is no work to be done. It all unfolds so perfectly for you to see. And if anything, you can see it so much clearer than before, because you aren't in the eye of the storm anymore. You are sitting at this place, not above yourself, but deep within, and you can just see it all. See the roles, see the emotions. And the reason why, the biggest reason I'm finding that we keep playing out roles or belief systems and remain stuck in the storm of it is because we're resisting life. Life itself is, everything is possible. Life itself is challenges and good moments. Life itself is not perfect. But we have this huge perceived concept that life is meant to be happy and perfect and look a certain way and be a certain way. When you know every single individual is going through something. You know people who have lost their parents, their brothers, their sisters, their friends. There is so many challenges. Everyone has challenges. But we are resistant to life. Resistant to life meaning we won't accept that the bad happens. And when I say bad, that's used loosely because nothing's ultimately bad. But when you can see that life is simply an invitation to remain present, to be experienced on all levels, loss, love, everything. Everything is here to be experienced. Then you become less resistant to life. And it can flow in such a way that you trust it deeply. And when you trust it deeply, you understand that nothing real ever dies. Or nothing real ever is shaken or temporary. Because what's real is that life itself is you. Life itself is experienced through this form. But the life itself that is you is the true you. It is the awareness of this form, it's the expression. It's so much deeper than the physical, and words cannot even reach the depths of it.